Hi guys, welcome to Just Informed Talk. I'm your host Craig, the voice behind the channel Just Informed Talk. As you can see, my dogs are right here behind me. They're playing, and we're out here in sunny, beautiful Colorado, and I'm coming to you guys with the latest video.
Follow white rabbit. I'm taking potions, call me Alice.
On this episode of Just Informed Talk, basically, we're just going to go and see what you guys have to say. I'm going to read through the comments on my last video, and I'm going to give you my responses, and I hope you guys enjoy. So let's get right into it. The first set of comments, we're just going to read right through them, and they're right here on Just Informed, the latest video that was posted, which is called Big Tech's Biggest Dilemma. So if you guys want to watch that, you can go back there. But okay, so the first comment is from somebody named Marcus Oakes, and it says, "Thank you for what you do. My family and my prayers are with you. Where we go one, we go all." Thank you, Marcus. I really appreciate that. Thank you for writing that comment. That's really a great thing. My prayers are with you guys as well. Then the next comment is from somebody named LZ. It says, "It's not only fake news, it is dangerous news." And yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, it's the weaponization of news, as I've called it before. So the next one is from somebody called Where We Go One, We Go All. And they basically say they shadow ban us. They shadow ban in Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube all the time. And the people they silence are ones who talk about loving America. If you told someone that in 1995, they would be horrified. Now it's normal and it's scary. Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. You know, when they shadow ban people who are patriotic, who love their country, who genuinely want the best for the president, want the best and for our country's success in its entirety, that's when you should be really, really scared. I mean, that's really what I read in that, and thank you for leaving that comment. I agree. Charles Zimmerman says, "Who the heck gave the Southern Poverty Law Center any form of right to censor any form of speech by any person or group in or by the American public? They're violating the First Amendment, pure and simple. That's it. High time for them to be shut down. It's time to call for them to cease and desist. Somebody please start a petition, start a class action or something now." Yeah, Charles. You know, you see, you're bringing up a good point. Think about this. The Southern Poverty Law Center is a collection of lawyers. It is a law center. So these are lawyers and activists now who have basically decided and taken it upon themselves to dictate to society what their definitions or how their definitions of what racism are, what sexism is, or what bigotry is, that those definitions are the ones that we have to adhere to, because you can't go away from their narrative that they're creating and their paradigm that they're creating for you to live in. If you do, then you're uncontrollable, and when you're uncontrollable, you are not an asset, and that is something that they're terrified of. So that's the whole reason, I think, behind the move toward censorship that is coming so rapidly, because they understand that what's far more valuable than any dollar amount is the control of information and the control of the population. That's really what it comes down to. So good comment. Thank you, Charles. The next one is from Kernow K, and it says, read a quote, "When Obama won twice, those that didn't vote for him carried on and went out to work. When Trump won, those that didn't vote for him went to war. Jobs, not mobs, red across the board." And yeah, I mean, that's an interesting observation. If you think about it, it's basically pointing to the fact that, you know, when President Obama won 2 terms in a row, you didn't have this kind of division, and now it's just as soon as President Trump wins, the people who didn't vote for him are the people who are you know, obviously out in the streets. And a lot of those individuals would be people who would be like living off of entitlements from the government, living off of social welfare programs. I've seen it. Not to say that that's all the people that would follow or vote for President Obama, but the point is that definitely clear there is a difference between the two. So I'll leave it there. The next one says the last word is from the last word, and they say the Southern Poverty Law Center is yelling fire in a crowded social media platform. The Southern Poverty Law Center is promoting hate speech with hate of free speech. Yeah, I mean, that's a clever way to look at it. Last word, I really think that the SPLC knows what they're doing, and they're a very effective organization, and that's unfortunate for us. That's unfortunate for the First Amendment. But that doesn't mean that we can't continue to call them out for what they are, and that's something that we'll just have to continue in the future. But good comment. Maureen King says the Southern Poverty Law Center is so far left, they appear to be actual communists. Should they be labeled as terrorists is the question she asks. And I'm not sure that we should go that far, Maureen. Thank you for the comment. But I really do believe that the SPLC has shown a complete overreach in the way that they are trying to censor our society and to help facilitate the censoring of our society. So if you think of it from that perspective, I would say that we are very much going to have to keep an eye on them and to keep calling them out for what they are. And as far as them being an actual communist organization, I don't think they've publicly come out with that yet. So the next one's from Donna Cluck, and she says, did the shooter have a Facebook account, a Twitter account, a YouTube account? If he did, are these platforms going to be shut down? Only fair that they should be. Yeah, I mean, that's a great point, and a point that others have brought up in the comments where if you think about it, the way Gab was shut down because he was a verified member of the Gab team, that what about a Facebook account? If he had a Facebook account, should we shut down Facebook? If he had a Twitter account, should we just shut down Twitter? If he made YouTube videos, should we just shut that down? And that's a great point, Donna. I mean, it's just something that we all have to consider. And, you know, for instance, like this video, it is me going through and getting in touch with what you guys have to say. Now, if people say things that I disagree with, who should my channel be shut down? Or if I say things that people disagree with, should my channel get pulled? I mean, that's where this is all heading. I mean, should they just shut down YouTube altogether because one person says something that's unpopular? I mean, that's the level of insanity we're dealing with here. So, yeah. Now the next one is from Pat Honeycutt. Says Trump should have Sessions check his sedition law authorities, hold some of the media accountable. Yeah, I mean, that would be an interesting thought for Jeff Sessions to look at who behind the scenes, especially in the media, has been fostering this incredible movement against the president. And like we talked about earlier, like, you know, if you have a positive sentiment for your country, you're labeled a nationalist, and it's tantamount to being called, you know, whatever ist you want to throw out there that they use regularly. The next one here is from ET2 Carbon. It says, I've had Gab a long time and I've never seen racist or bigoted speech. I can't say the same for Facebook or Twitter. I've literally seen people calling for murdering conservatives, both politically and specifically. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just keep going. Django Dunn says, thank you, brother Craig, Godspeed. Thank you, Django, whatever. Thank you. Godspeed for you as well. Now the next one is Pat Honeycutt, again saying George Soros was never elected, and I call anyone that listens to him an act of treason or part of a terrorist group. I don't think that that's quite what it would be, but I will say this, there's a lot of misguided people and there's a lot of money being thrown around, so it's definitely an interesting thought. C.S. Mitchell says, did you hear about Brazil's election? Supposedly they've elected a far-right president. One citizen said he's like the Donald Trump who is kicking out globalism and Soros. And yes, I've heard about him. He's been called the tropical Trump. And he's basically run on a platform that promotes the U.S. constitutional system of governance, maybe an adapted version for Brazil, and the Judeo-Christian ethos for societal values, which is, I think, exactly what Western civilization is founded on. So why would you not want to support somebody who believes in those things? But, we keep moving closer and closer toward ideas of socialism and ideas of, communism and they're becoming more and more widely accepted, even though we see the consequences of them. It's just, to me, it's baffling. Karen Mendez says, welcome back, and she's got the popcorn out. Well, yes, thank you, and welcome you to this show, and thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Now, Tony Lockett says, I believe their whole point is to silence Christians. The Bible tells us the gospel is offensive to those that are perishing. You can't have communism, child abuse, etc. if Christians have a voice. Our Constitution tells us that our rights are from God. They hate our God, whether you believe or not. Many worship the devil. Of course, they have many names for him. Yeah, I mean, to me, it's persecution that you see regularly, and the Bible does talk about how we Christians will be persecuted throughout history, because those who don't have that love of God coming into their hearts can sometimes turn and be quite angry, and they can be deceptive, and they can be just not as Christian as you would hope. And the reality is that what I think of when I hear this is what's actually going on in our country, where you just look at the media, look at music. So you have rap music, right, where they glorify committing crimes, they glorify doing drugs, they glorify committing acts of violence, and kids listen to that and they get really persuaded by that. They get really influenced. And then it goes into TV, when you turn on the channel and you have a show called like Lucifer, where it's talking about the devil and how he's just a misguided soul. But then you have other things where people don't even know. It's like, it's subliminal messaging. It's like American Idol, for instance, would be a great example. If you think about American Idol, what is that but idolatry? It's the worshiping of individuals. You take these individuals and you portray them as these larger than life entities that end up being worshipped by hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people around the world. And that's creating idols against our Lord, I believe. Not to say that even any of these people are willingly or knowingly in on it. That's the sad part, is that a lot of it is a part of the great deception that the devil brings into the world that we all have to be aware of. And, that's why it's our duty as Christians not to not to persecute people who commit these kind of acts, especially those who don't know. It's our duty as Christians to come together and to help and to say, this is the way, the light, the truth. If you follow Jesus, you will see it. And then it's up to them. It's not up to us to make people follow what we believe. It's up to them to make that choice. And that's what faith's all about. So, Tony, thank you for that comment. I really appreciate that. Cy Madison says, Q will be back after the election. Yeah, Cy, I've talked about that on my Twitter page, about how I see Q making his return after the election because they don't want to unduly affect the outcome of this election by, making announcements, within 30 days. I guess that's going to be the cutoff for it. So yeah, I agree with that. Geraldine James says our POTUS always wins, and yeah, that's great. I'm really positive, but that doesn't mean we're going to sit on our laurels either or get complacent. We have to keep going out there. We have to keep pushing for the truth. We have to keep fighting the mainstream media, fake news. That's really what the problem is. The problem is that the country is being informed by people who have their own agenda, and they're not fighting for the country as much as they're fighting for profit or fighting for control of the narrative, whatever it is. That's really the sad truth, and that's, but thank you for the comment, Geraldine. Think First says, I heard there were drills for the Saturday event, were drugs or MK Ultra used on the perpetrator. Nothing like this is a coincidence. I can't speak to that. I don't know. I don't have any information. There's no reports that I've seen. I know what Q has said in the past about this kind of stuff, and yeah, I mean, I don't know, but thank you for the comment. Colleen Beavers says, I'm glad you're back. Thank you, Colleen. I'm glad to be back. Fran Filari says, it's true your voice doesn't match your face. You're a big, tough guy. Ha. Thank you. I appreciate that. And my voice may not match my face, but I can guarantee you that this is the voice and face that has been doing JustInformed Talk this whole time. So you're welcome, I guess. Thank you for the comment. Antonio Gant gives us this, looks like an article. Oh, yep, that is a lot. All right, so we're going to go ahead and skip that one. The next one here is from Nettie777, says, where we go one, we go all. Yes, where we go one, we go all. Thank you. I even have a pretty cool pen here that, I don't know if you guys can see this. Let's see if I can make it focus on that. You're just gonna have to trust me. It says where we go one, we go all. So I figured I'd show that to you guys. Now, this is from Dre Palaya. It says, missed you, brother. Yes, miss you guys always. Thank you for the comment. Octus5774 says, I would love to see Project Veritas go undercover into the Southern Poverty Law Center. And yes, that would be an interesting video. If you guys want to support that channel, go support James O'Keefe. Go check out Project Veritas. They do great work. Terry Baudot, says, so, was that you at the beginning of this video? No, it isn't. Is it? Isn't it interesting how a person can listen to someone talk in a video for around a year and have a picture of them in their mind, then see a real pic, and it's not all what we expect? Okay. Not in the slightest saying I don't like what I saw. All right, that's good. It says just a lot different than what my head thought. My head thought you would have very short black hair. Not sure why, and didn't even realize that till I saw your pic. Thanks for another great video. Well, you're welcome. And all right, yeah, short black hair. I'll keep that in mind. Interesting is, I know what it's like though. You know, you see somebody or you hear somebody for a long time, and it's so hard to match a face with a voice. It's a great example is what happened with I was watching Secure Team 10 with Tyler, and when he finally revealed his face, I didn't know what to expect, to be quite honest. So I just thought that was interesting. Sally Wabbit says, wait, the Parkland shooter used Facebook. Why is it still up? Yeah, it's that same question of, you know, why remove a whole social media platform because somebody used it? I mean, that's kind of crazy. It says, Conor McGregor, is this, Conor McGregor says, I don't know if it's the real one or not. Is this the United Kingdom? Free speech is dying. Yes, free speech is under attack here. It's fairly obvious. It says, faith in him, hope, love, says, if Gab has to go away, how is it that the KKK is protected? Yeah, I mean, it's the same argument that you make for free speech always, is that, you know, free speech doesn't just protect speech you like, it protects speech you don't like. And as much as we can disavow anti-Semitism and racism and all types of different, you know, dying and sick ideologies, you know, to me, it's you have to let people have that discussion, because it's the way that you keep peace in society. If people can't talk about it, if they feel like their rights are being violated, then they feel threatened, and that's really what the problem is. You know, you can't say that words are able to be removed and then it's going to make things safer. It's just the same argument they use with everything. You want to take away all the guns, it's going to make everything safer. Well, people will find a way to do criminal things, and people will find a way to have to do bad stuff, and that's just the way society is. So yeah, but thank you, faith in him, hope, love. Thank you. Kathy H says, thank you so much again, Craig. May the Lord Jesus bless you and your family mightily. Thank you, Kathy. May the Lord bless you, and may the Lord bless each and every one of you out there. Thank you. Jamblin, or excuse me, Jill Hamblin, sorry about that, says, what happened at the synagogue was a horrible act, but it is the fault of the shooter, not the fault of social media platform. At what point are we going to hold the actual person responsible for their acts? And if a white supremacist wants to voice their opinion, they have that right. I won't like it or agree with it, but the power resides with me, the listener, to discern for myself what is right. Why should a corporation like Apple or Google be allowed to decide for me what is hate speech? I will decide that, always. And Jill, I couldn't agree more. I mean, that's the sentiment that I think that is free speech, is not just listening to speech you agree with. It's speech you disagree with. It's all kinds of speech. And as long as it's not an incitement to violence or an incitement to riot, then, you know, or yelling fire in a movie theater, then it's protected. It's constitutionally protected. They've had rulings on this. And the Supreme Court has decided that all speech is protected. And that is a principle of the Constitution, the First Amendment. to the Constitution, which is that we have that freedom of speech. So, to me, when I read a comment like this, it's pretty true. I mean, we should hold individuals accountable for their actions, and we can't use the idea that if you say something or I say something and somebody takes that out of context and goes and commits a crime, how am I supposed to be liable for that if I didn't explicitly incite them to that or direct them? So to me, it's one of those things where we have to just keep fighting it. And that's pretty much where I'm going to go ahead and leave it for this episode. There's a lot more comments down there, and if you guys want to comment on this video, I can tell you right now that when you leave that comment, you're going to be able to have this conversation, because I'm going to try to do this more regularly, where I just go into the comments and start answering you guys' comments as we go, so that we can just keep this dialogue open, because I want the channel to continue to evolve and to feature kind of this one-on-one conversation for us. So if you guys like this, please make sure you go down, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. If you want to help out the channel, of course, come here to the landing page, click the big red subscribe button, make sure you hit the bell for notifications. Also watch the last few videos, because obviously they don't like the content that I'm putting out there. They've demonetized all the videos pretty much except the one trailer I made. And it's because if you have an opinion, you're going to basically go under this kind of scrutiny. So now this video, if they demonetize it, then I'm basically, I guess they don't like your opinion, and it's unworthy of the ability to be monetized. But that's fine. I just want to keep this info coming your way, and I really appreciate you guys coming and stick around and watching the channel. Another way you can help out is to come over here and find me on Twitter at Justin_formed on Twitter. That's a cool way to help out the channel, and you just come here and you can click the follow button and you can follow me and get all my tweets, and all the YouTube videos automatically get posted there. Another way you can help out the channel, there's two other ways you can help out financially, is to come over here to patreon.com. That's patreon.com, and you search Just Informed Talk. Once you do that, you just click the Become a Patron button, and once you do that, that's it. It's a monthly donation. You can set it and forget it. It helps the channel out, especially in the face of all the demonetization, so I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And another way you can help out is to come over here and find me on GoFundMe. It's gofundme.com/just-informed. Click this button to donate now, and you can make a one-time donation and an anonymous donation. And if you guys want to donate and help the channel out, please do. I can't tell you how much that means to me. So that's pretty much going to wrap it up. But before we go, I'm going to take you through a little segment here at the end that's been pre-recorded, so you guys can enjoy that. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hey guys, so before we sign off here, I just want to say thank you for watching Just Informed Talk. Make sure to leave your thoughts, theories, and insights down in the comments. That's a great way to contribute to the channel. Let me know what you think of this new format and the direction that we should take, who we should talk to, where we should go, and you guys can come on this journey with me. Now, another thing is, if you guys want to help out the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. That helps out the channel more than you guys will ever know. And also, make sure you check out the links in the description, which will tell you how to contribute financially via Patreon or GoFundMe to help financially support this channel. So, with that being said, I want to take a second and talk about God's grace and how it is truly greater. And today's God's Grace is Greater segment is going to be pretty simple. I'm not going to go over any scripture. I'm just going to give you an idea of what I'm looking at here, and you guys can see for yourself God's beautiful creation right there behind me. I'll take it and give you guys a look. Oh, yep. So there you go. You see it for yourself. It is incredible, and it is gorgeous. So, with that being said, I want to say thank you all for watching, and make sure you live each day to the fullest, and I thank you all for joining me here. So with that being said, I want to say thank you for watching Just Informed Talk. I'm your host, Craig. Godspeed, and God bless each and every one of you, Patriots.